Hey everyone, it's Mr. Lambert, and I am here with the solutions to each of your questions today for today's bell ringer. If you had trouble with these, they are a review. They're all things we should have covered either this year or in previous years, but don't feel bad if you didn't do so hot. That happens from time to time, and this is why we're reviewing these skills. Actually, Mr. Lambert got the first one wrong. I actually picked the wrong answer myself here just a second ago. I had to go back and fix the answer that I had put in there. So number one says there are 18 cupcakes. How many 3/4 size cupcake size servings can I make? So what I did originally was I took 18 and multiplied by 3/4, but we can't do that because that's just 3/4 of 18. That's not how many 3/4 sized pieces we could get out of 18. Actually, to do that, we need to do the inverse. So I have 18 and I am dividing them into pieces that are 3/4 of a cupcake large. And so this is actually what we would be dealing with. Now, I can take 18 and put it over 1, and that will actually help us work through this. So we're going to cross multiply. We would get 18 divided by 4, I believe, is 72. And then 3 times 1 is 3. And we take that 72 divided by 3. We get 24 over 1, or 24 cupcakes. So that should have been the answer to the first one. Actually, I knew I was wrong because when I looked at it, I got 13.5. But 13.5 is less than the number of cupcakes I started with. And if I'm taking sizes that are less than a full cupcake large, I should have more servings than I have cupcakes. So again, the answer for that one would be 24. If you've got questions on that, please let me know, and we can work on with that with you during office hours. All right, moving on. Question number 2. What is the value of the following expression if x equals 7? So again, I need to just plug in, for this expression, I just need to plug in my value into the expression and see what I get. So I've got 7.5 times the quantity 3 times 7 plus 4. And again, when I'm working through this, using PEMDAS, I'm going to multiply before I add. So 3 plus 7 is 21, plus 4. My writing here is a little atrocious, isn't it? So I've got 7.5 times 21 plus 4, which is 25. And then I would take 7.5 times 25. And that would give me 87.5. So there we go. That's how you would work this through. So remember, you would just need to plug in your value. Make sure when you're doing PEMDAS, you do the multiplication inside the parentheses first. So parentheses first. And then the inside we would do multiplication before addition. So we would multiply those two, then add it, and then multiply by what's on the outside. You could also use the distributive property if that were to help you out, but remember, you would need to multiply the 7.5 by the 3, the 7, which is sneaky, and the 4, and then add all those values up, and you would also get 187.5. So there's the question to number 2. Number 3 today is loading really slowly. Here we go. List any values for x that would make this inequality true. Now you could have chosen nearly any value for these. You just need 3 values that when you plug them into this, make a true statement. So we need something bigger than 42. Well, let's see. To get 42, let's see, 42 minus 28. This would tell me how much, if I were using this like a regular equation, I could subtract 28 from both sides. That would give me 0 over here. It would be x. I need x to be greater than, and whatever the answer is here. So we would borrow 1 here. 12 minus 4, 8 is 4, and 3 minus 2 is 1. So we need a number larger than 14. So our x should be larger than 14. So anything, I could have 15, 17, and 28. As long as whatever number I choose over here, any value greater than, we need x to be greater than 14. Anything greater than 14 would give us a correct answer. So as long as your numbers were greater than 14, those would all be correct. All right, moving on. For number 4, it says each hour of driving uses 3 gallons of gas. Use a function table or create an expression to find out how many gallons of gas would be used for driving 15 hours. So I know that 3 gallons times however many hours I've got. So I'm going to say H equals, if H equals the number of hours I have, I can multiply that by 3. And that should give me 15 here. Actually, no, that shouldn't. Wait, let's start over. I need to know how many gallons I would use. If it's 3 gallons of gas per hour, so there would be my expression here. That would give me my total amount. Now, if this is saying that H equals 15, so 3 times my H, which would be 15, equals my total amount that I needed. And if I were to go on through this, 3 times 15 is 45 gallons. So my total amount should be 45 gallons, and that's why 45 was the answer there. And last but not least, question number 5. We've got a little bit of geometry. Here we go. So it says find the area of the parallelogram below. Now, usually to find the area of a parallelogram or a trapezoid, you've got all kinds of strange little equations that we can use. But remember, a parallelogram is just a rectangle that's been messed up. So what we can do is we can take this part of the parallelogram, cut him off, whoop, right there, and move that over to here. Look, it creates our rectangle again. I just have a rectangle if that moves over here. So all I need to do to find a rectangle is I multiply the base times the height. So I have 12 times 8. That, ladies and gentlemen, 8 times 2 is 16, and 8 times 1 is 8, plus 1 more is 9, so it should be 9 centimeters. And these are centimeters squared because we're multiplying length times width. So 96 centimeters squared was the correct answer. And there you go. Those are the answers for your bell ringers. If you have any questions on those, please give me a call, and I can work through any of those types of problems with you until you feel a little more comfortable. We'll actually see a few more of these types of problems this week. All right, time to get down to your lesson. So check that out, and we'll talk to you again soon.